So a few days ago, I did a video. I think it was an Instagram story. I did a video about one of the 4 hostels in New York City. Hostels aren't really a well-known thing in New York, which is why they only have about 4 official ones. New York is very against short-term rentals, short-stay rentals. That's why Airbnb even has an issue there. So what I want to do in today's video, because I already gave people a walkthrough of like the outside of the building and also like the inside lobby, just to give them an idea. I want to explain more so what a hostel is, why people do it, because people mainly look at it as a negative way without even probably knowing what it is or not opening their mind up to see what are some of the benefits. So you know what a hotel is. A hotel you've been going to for years. You know, make your reservation, you get your key or the key card, you go in and boom, there's a single bed, or most of the time there's 2 beds, right? So you go in and that's that. And no one is in there that you don't know. You either going solo or with people that you know. Hostels are different, where that same room, when you enter, you've rented a bed instead of like the whole room. So you might have a bunk. So there's a bunch of bunk bed setups in that room, and you look for your number and that's it. Some rooms might have, you know, 8 beds, some might have more depending on the size. So that's what it is. So who would sleep next to people who they don't know? But in that same vein, think of who would, you know, have their food delivered by people that they don't know, especially having drinks or having people eat your food, or who would ride in other people's cars that they don't know. So there's a lot of who would do when at some point people thought it was strange, but once they got into it, they got familiar and comfortable. So once again, what are some of the benefits? So the number one reason why people do it is to save money. So in this example, if a hotel costs like 100, for example, a hostel bed might cost 15. So you see, you could save $85 per night. So all that savings you could spend on other experiences, food, etc. on your stay. Another reason why people do it is a chance to meet other people, because a lot of times you might be a solo traveler or even going with one other person. But let's say today is Sunday. Let's say I got to a hostel on Sunday. There might be people that were already there for 3 days already. So now they can share with you on places to go or where not to go. Or they might tell you on a country that they're going to next, because that happens a lot too. When you're there, people are either passing by. They're staying a few days here, going to another city, going to another country, a neighboring country. So you get to share that information and get that kind of for free. So that's another reason. Another reason is food. I already mentioned it might be expensive. So even if you are going out and enjoying the food, maybe getting every meal might be very expensive. But if you go to the store and you get a couple things, a lot of hostels have commercial kitchens and refrigerators where people can have their stuff, and hotels normally don't have that if you're going with that. Another thing is going back to the social aspect. There's pool tables. It's really an atmosphere to kind of meet people when you're inside the hostel. The common areas, I've seen them with barbecue setups and everything like that. Some of them are super duper nice. Another thing is you could stay at some hostels for free. Now you might ask, how would you do that? Some hostels barter with you. So instead of you paying for that $15 bed, you might work for a few hours and kind of check people in, for example. And so that helps them because they don't have to hire people and pay people. And then you could stay there for free. You can get that bed for free. So that's something that I've seen people do. So that's some of the reasons. If you're interested, I'll do a part 2 and go in more detail. But tell me what you think so far. And if you aren't sold still on that idea of doing it. I know the first time I stayed at a hostel was in like 2011, 2012 in Spain. And it was by mistake. But when I got there, I didn't know that's what I purchased. You know, so I did it. It wasn't that bad. And I've done it a lot since then. But me, as a true traveler, I wanted to get every type of travel experience and accommodation experience, which I've done. I've even stayed in a capsule in Japan. Like I like to mix it up to get a full range of experiences. So let me know what you guys think below. And if you have any questions, I'll go in detail in a part 2.